This comment was made on our fourth broadcast, Obstacles to Happiness, and the commenter writes, "It doesn't matter how many zeros one adds to their income, the same problems exist. Look at all the lottery winners, the nouveau riche, have the same inability to handle money they had before they got it oftentimes. I live on less than $40,000 and have a family. Adjust the lifestyle expectations and you don't feel the hatred for the rich or the urge to commit crime to get things you don't really need."
Yes, I think that's an excellent comment, and I think he has some very true points. Generally, people who come into a lot of money very suddenly are people who do not have that money for very long. Because, assuming they didn't work to earn that money, they don't really know how to manage it in most cases. I'm not speaking against inheritances as much, because if you're coming from an inheritance, then you're probably in a family that might have taught you those things, though
Yes.
there are always the wastrels of the rich, you know.
Mhm.
But lottery winners especially have this hard. Generally, the people who play the lottery are people who do not have good financial responsibilities beforehand, or else they wouldn't be playing the lottery to begin with. And so when they come into that money, they end up having a really hard time of it. I've read a few different things suggesting that their life expectancies are much shorter than people of similar economic class and lifestyle who have longer lives than the lottery winners, because winning this money encourages them to go out and live dangerously, you might say. You know, hookers and blow is the common preconception of what you'll do once you have $1 million, but yeah, they do that.
And that's so sad, because there are so many useful and productive things that could be done with that money that a person would also enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
If I happened upon that sum of money, I don't know by what means, let's say it just spontaneously appeared, then I would still keep my job. I would pay off my entire mortgage. I would maintain roughly the same standard of living in terms of material things, maybe purchase items of slightly higher quality.
You'd get yourself some new suits and maybe another top hat.
Mm-hmm. But generally, what I would try to do is improve my standard of living gradually, not all at once. Most of my money would sit in a bank account and accumulate interest.
My only concern with that would be, at this point, what bank?
Right. All of them are semi-nationalized, bailed-out entities. Perhaps, well, this is purely hypothetical. Perhaps there would be some kind of honest, relatively small bank that's also fairly solvent.
Probably a local credit union of some sort.
Though many of those are having solvency issues. But anyway, that's beside the point. In a sane world, one can earn a modest amount of interest per year, pretty much risk-free because of the time value of money.
Mm-hmm.
And while this may not necessarily hold true today, it
Not
would
a sane
hold...
world.
Not a sane world, but it would hold someday, just as in the past it held as well.
You're an optimist.
Well, I'm a long-term optimist. Probably a short-term pessimist.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult not to be a short-term pessimist these days.
Yes, I can see that. On this same video, there was another comment which I would like to bring up. I think this was a very insightful comment. My Views Are Right has commented, "You guys are great." And I would just like to point out that My Views Are Right is right. We are great.
Well, I agree.
And I would like to thank My Views Are Right for being so supportive. It's always nice to get such sweet comments.
Yes.